Chainsaw was asking about it in Twitch before we did Wet Boys. We are going to talk Lauri Markkanen because both Dave and I are Bulls fans. No way a Bulls topic is going to go by, and both Dave and I are going to not look at it. But yeah, no contract extension for Lauri Markkanen, which I will say I kind of expected. Only because Lauri Markkanen coming off of a not-so-good year. There's a lot of questions about Lauri and what he is going to do this year. I don't know about you, Dave. I'm fine with the no contract from Lauri Markkanen. Let him prove it this year, and if he plays good enough, we can treat it like we treated Zach when Zach was going into his RFA year.
Yeah, I mean, it's just he's been so hit or miss that it's frustrating to, I think, him and all the fans in Chicago, because we all expected him, like, he had a fantastic first year, and it was like, wow, this guy is going to be our, he's a for the future.
Also had a pretty good coach that first year, just gonna say. Coach that maybe fit his style.
Yep. Modern day 4, and he got better per year, and then he took a massive step backwards. Like, we just decided that his game no longer had a mid-range, and that's where Lauri did a lot of cooking. So I think being hampered by horrible coaching is one problem, but the question is now that we're trying to get him back to who we thought he could be, is he still capable of doing that? Like, or is he just broken? Because again, everybody says he's too soft to be a big in the NBA. He doesn't fight for rebounds. He has put on strength. We did see the workout videos from last year where the dude was yoked up on maybe HGH, maybe not going to say it. But like, he has so much potential as a good 3-point shooting big, just a scoring big in general. It's just, do you think he'll ever get back to that point?
I think there's a possibility. Like, I'm not going to say yes or no. I think there's a possibility.
If you ask me for percentages, I would say like 60-40, no.
Like, so also you got to understand this. Like, the Bulls it was one of those where when we drafted Lauri Markkanen, yet again, the Bull, like, you got to understand where we were as a Bulls franchise too. Like, how we got Lauri was the Jimmy Butler trade, and we had one of the worst seasons I've ever had as a Bulls fan, where yes, we made the playoffs. Yes, if Rondo didn't get injured, we beat the Boston Celtics. Pat Hill, you're going to hear about it again. But I mean, to me, I hated that season because of all the drama it fucking came from. Like, D Wade was like a fucking shot of drama into this team. Made me hate Jimmy. He made me hate Jimmy Butler, which would never fucking happen, and would actually make me defend Rajon Rondo, which I thought would never happen, and think of Rondo as a good guy. But I mean, I look at this and I go, we came off of that season. The year after was Lauri's first year. We finished 27-55. Expectations were not high, so maybe that was also a part of it. And like, the second year with Lauri was the year that Hoiberg was fired. And then Boylan came in. And like, the thing I honestly believe is that Jim Boylan, like, if Lauri Markkanen is never able to get back to what he was, I don't blame Lauri. I blame Jim Boylan. Jim Boylan then would have fucked up Lauri's career in my mind because of the hiccup in development for him. I don't know if, like, the question is Lauri going to be a Bull after this year? I don't know. I don't really know, because like, I believe I'm going to go with my prediction. He's most improved player of the year. If that happens, then we would want to pay him, right? And keep him on this team? Or will it be now you've overplayed what we want to pay you. And now a team like, I'm going to throw out the Kings because they did the thing with Zach to us, where there could be a situation where Lauri maybe overplays and the team goes and AK goes, well, I don't want to pay you that much. So instead of when we match Zach, we're going to let you walk.
See, I think this is like, let me ask this. What do you think the offer was that we made him? What was the best offer that the Bulls made him this offseason? Because they were negotiating. He
wanted 20, right? Was that the amount he wanted was 20 mil? Was that?
I'm not sure. That's why I was just looking for a clarification. Okay. So,
from what I thought I heard, and this was also in the Discord with the articles posted by Sam, was I thought he was asking for like 20 mil, which, if that's the case, I would assume the Bulls would have came back with like 15. Would 15 have been too high for Lauri?
It's right in that range. I mean, we just talked about all these other guys getting contracts for 16, 17, 18 million a year. The average starter in the NBA, average starting cost, I think it's right around that, 17 million area.
Like I know it was before AK, but like Zach got 19 a year. 19 then 19.5 next year in his deal. Like there was no way he was going to get an Otto Porter type of contract, but like Thad Young is making 13.5 for us.
Yeah.
So like maybe it was lower than 15. Maybe AK came in and said, "Hey, based off of last year, your production just isn't worth it." Like maybe that's it. Maybe the Bulls were from the start of like, this is our offer, and they might have, I don't want to say lowballed him, but lowballed him in his mind.
I mean, that's the problem is you offer him what he played like, or do you offer him what we wish he was? And I think
if I'm AK, play like. That's what I do.
I think it's here's what you earned. This is not a future thing. Here's what you've earned right now. And I think it was probably an offer around that 15 mil a year. Yeah. I think it might have been a 3-year, 15 mil per, 345 deal. And he was looking at more of a 360, 480, something in that range. I just don't know if he's worth it. And this is a situation where I'm really happy with a new front office because there's no attachment. They did not draft him. They have no connection to him emotionally. This is new coach, new front office. They don't owe him anything. So it's very much if you play like this, we will give you this. It seems very fair. And I'm sure as a player, like you want that guarantee of like, what if I get hurt this year? What happens to my career? I could lose out on millions. But to me, it just feels like, sorry, man, you had potential. You still have potential, but you haven't shown us. This new generation of front office is a new us. You haven't shown us that you can do it. So here's 15 mil as a low end starter. And if you play well, you can move it up to 20 mil. But we haven't seen like an extending scale contract, where it was like you hit these performance incentives and you can up your contract by millions. It's like, here's your performance bonus for, $800,000 for doing this, or for third team all NBA, you can earn this kind of thing. But like, we haven't seen it where it will actually affect the contract. It's usually just a bonus,
So I want to ask you a question. Here's what I want to do. First off, Eric says this is the same as John Collins in Atlanta. When we talk about John Collins next, I will tell you why it's not. I don't think Lauri and John Collins are different situations to me. I will tell you why when we talk about John Collins. I want to ask you the question I was going to ask you, Dave, and then I want to dive into what Chainsaw put, because as a Bulls fan, that's something to fucking dive into. Question I want to ask you, though, is let's say Lauri wanted 20. It's kind of a double-edged question of, number one, if Lauri wants 20 million, what does he have to do this year? Is there a stat line he has to put out this year in order for you to be like, yes, you've earned that? Or are you thinking 20 mil right away is no, that's too much regardless? And what would be the highest that you would be like, that's the highest that Lauri can earn in an extension from us?
I mean, hey, if he's our number one this season, if for whatever reason, Kobe is only putting up like 15 a game, Zach's at 25 again, and Lauri does like 23. If he puts up 23 and 9, like it's very hard to give him. It's hard not to give him over $20 million at that point, because that is legitimately like you're near all-star levels. So yeah, you're worth 22 million probably at that point. Absolutely. I think he caps out around 25 million. I don't think that he earns 25 mil a year. I think that would take he would have to be an all-star. Preseason, what he's looked like, I think he's closer to the like 16, 17 mil kind of guy. But hey, if he puts up 20 and 9, 22 and 9, something like that on good efficiency, I'm all for giving him the money. I just don't, if somebody wants to come and try to take him away, I would probably see if we could match.
Okay.
I'm not 100% against it, but I think right now he's a $15 million player until we see otherwise.
And like Jake said, do y'all think Lauri is worth 16 mil a year? Interesting. I do if he plays well. That's the thing of like, if you were asking me Lauri from his rookie sophomore year, I'd be like, yes. I think he's up to trend. It's just the last year was the big year. And I am, like I said before, all for letting him prove it, letting him earn it. And if he has like a most improved player of the year kind of a year, then yeah, let's fucking keep him. Like I have nothing against Lauri Markkanen. The thing I found interesting is Chainsaw or in Twitch. So Chainsaw on Discord, only Elijah on in Twitch, says the point where I'm at as a Bulls fan is shop everyone besides Patty Williams, Wendell, or Kobe. This team hasn't gotten better in the last 3 years. I don't care how well Zach has played. Look how bad we have been. I'm not going to yell at you. I'm not yelling at you. I'm not yelling at you. I hate the coach. We've only been bad because of Boylen.
Yep.
That's it. To me, Boylen was a fucking disgrace. And that was the nail in the coffin that got Garpax out of town. Because Boylen set us back. That is what it did. We are setting the reset button. You're right. But I don't think setting the reset button means getting rid of Zach. Like, the thing I love about Zach, and yet again, people are divided on him, whether we should keep him, whether we should not. The thing I love about Zach is he's embraced Chicago. He is a leader. I want to keep that guy because all the other people in free agency, like Chicago's a main market, but we almost got to treat ourselves like we're Utah and Dallas because or Utah and Memphis because no one wants to come here. Name the last free agent we were able to get.
Carlos Boozer.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the thing. The big stars like LeBron will never want to come here because of the shadow of Jordan. And it's just like, that's the thing where Zach is already a leader. Like, let's hang on to him. Let's see what he can do with Billy Donovan. Like, that's the thing. Let's not try to get rid of everything right away. Let's see how this year goes. Let's just do that.
Which last year can we well and truly blame on one man disgrace the coach or not? About 99% of it.
All of it.
About 99% of it.
Yeah, like watching those games and then having to talk about it almost made me want to put a bullet in my head. Just saying, not literally. Like people are going to take that fucking serious. Like Ricky wants to put a bullet in his head, but figuratively, bullet in my head. That's what I wanted to do.
It's definitely been frustrating. Yeah, again, he was the worst coach in the league, and he was perhaps the worst developer, or he was the best person to stunt talent.
Mm-hmm.
No offensive systems, defensively awful, locker room awful. Like there's nothing he did well. So I do think that you can blame that. And again, last year we were missing Otto Porter Jr. for like the entirety of the year. So our biggest contract guy literally didn't play basketball for us for more than like a handful of games. And he was coming off of an injury at that point even. So it wasn't great. I think this year is a make or break year for the team, and I think that Lauri has a chance to prove that he deserves to be a starting four at the NBA level and keep his job. But it's on him at this point. He has to earn that spot because I'm telling you, if we want to move Patrick Williams to the four, do it. Don't think, just do. Yeah, our best lineup, maybe Otto Porter and Patrick Williams on the floor at the same time, and that might mean Lauri on the bench. And I would not blink twice at that. This
year is a job interview for every player.
Yeah.
Like, and I have no qualm saying that. Like, it's a job interview.
I'm already trying to find the extension for Patrick Williams. That's just me. But yeah.
Are you? I will ask this. Is it bad that Bulls fans are so hyped that they're after 2 preseason games are like start them from day one?
No, I think it's because people on the outside
hate
wanted to
Porter
so much, and they kept putting the Bulls down for being a bad pick. We're like, no, we fucking love this guy now.
Yeah.
Like, we have to speak louder because so many haters are out there being like, you guys drafted a fucking backup.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe you drafted a 6-man with the number 4 overall pick. And we're like, just you fucking wait. You'll see. Yeah, and the phrase Kawhi has been thrown on an awful lot in the last week.
People are comparing him to Kawhi? I never heard that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Dave's like, get that out of here. Like Otto Porter. I think it's also because a lot of people hate Otto Porter right now.
A lot of people hate Otto Porter. I think they're wrong.
Yeah, I mean, but I also feel like that's kind of as well, where it's like, I mean, yet again, Otto Porter's any hate that Otto Porter's getting from Bulls fans, I kind of almost feel like he's done to himself with the whole. The perception of not taking the injury last year as seriously as he should have. The whole, yet again, this year, the pandemic issue was its own issue of like, if you're going to be that much of an idiot, I'm going to fucking judge you a little bit. While it takes all of us, Dave. It takes all of us.
pussy. So how about you fucking slow down on the, like, if we're going to call people out for their off the court stuff, like, there are far more people who I hate a whole lot more.
David takes all of us. That's all I'm saying. It takes all of us. Got to continue that mantra.
Michael Porter Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Can you never say a good thing about him now?
For what?
About his basketball game, because
what? Michael Porter Jr.?
Yeah. He thinks the virus is fake. He thinks masks are like part of some government thing. Like,
I think he's an idiot.
He's all about that game.
Yeah, I think he's an idiot. That's what I would say. Like, if you're a conspiracy theorist and you think that it's all fake, you're an idiot. Yeah, it's one of those things.
Michael Porter, not that guy.
The one thing that makes me happy, though, and this will be the thing before we go into John Collins, it's not anything with the Bulls or anything, I'm glad that Adam Silver came out and said that NBA players are not going to jump the line for vaccines, because then guys like MPJ don't get it before people that need it, like the healthcare workers.
Just like, how would they have any power to do that? And then I say that out loud, and I go, Donald Trump is our president. Yeah. Don't say things.
It's kind of like how people are mad at Pence, people are mad at Marco Rubio, Lindsey Graham, because downplaying the virus the whole time, and now they've jumped to the front of the line to get this vaccine.
Yeah,
once it's here.
No arguments.
Not a politics show. We're a sports show.